All right, welcome back, folks. President Biden, for some weird reason, flaunting this executive power to push his pro-abortion agenda despite the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade ruling. Now, in the aftermath of this monumental decision, Biden tried bending the law just a little bit. I know, say it ain't so with a Democrat, but issuing an executive order 14076, which protected access to abortion. This move quickly rescinded by the 56 Republicans, but the president refused to stop there. He's doubling down with Executive Order 14079, the Securing Access to Reproductive Health Care order. For more on this, though, let's welcome in member of the House Budget Committee and Energy and Commerce Committee, Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter. Sir, appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
All right, I'm just going to start from the bottom here. What the heck is going on?
Well, what the president and what the administration are trying to do is to force pharmacists to fill prescriptions, even though they may have moral or religious or ethical objections to that. You know, as pharmacists, we are trained to do no harm. We're trained to protect patients. And what they want us to do, they want to force us to fill prescriptions that we know are going to be used for an abortion. And that is simply wrong. Just because we wear a white coat does not mean that we don't have First Amendment rights. We are trained to protect the patient. When I was practicing pharmacy, whenever I was treating a pregnant woman, I was treating two patients. I was treating the mother and the child. And the most frequent question you're asked by an expectant mother is, can I take it if you're pregnant? Can you take this medication if you're pregnant? And yet, here's the administration trying to say, you as a pharmacist, you are going to dispense this medication, regardless of whether you object to it morally or ethically, regardless.
Or medically.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is, Congressman, that is crazy to me. Hey, look, I find it hard-pressed for people to say, we're not telling you you can't distribute this. We're just telling you you have to distribute it. I mean, that is the basis of our founding principles is you can't force the individual to do stuff like that. My problem here is the Democrats. Look, I live in the Socialist Republic of Connecticut, and they have Democrats are making this the single issue from state board all the way up to the governorship, saying, we are for women, and the Republican hate women because they want to take away your medical autonomy. Crush this talking point for me.
Nothing could be further from the truth. Look, the extremists here in the abortion issue are the Democrats. They want to be able to take a baby out of the womb up until the day of birth. They want to be able to have an abortion up until that point. Look, I believe in the sanctity of life. I believe that life is precious and should be protected. I believe that we're all made in the image of God. And as a pharmacist, I have to make sure that I'm taking care of a patient. Do no harm. That is the first thing that I'm taught. If they want to force pharmacists to do this, they might as well replace us with vending machines. This is ridiculous.
Right. Well, you have introduced the Pharmacist Conscience Protection Act along with 26 other Republicans. Before I get into that real quick, wouldn't this be easier solved if the Supreme Court would just come out and say, this is when life legally begins? Because once that begins, it's protected. But there is no consensus on when life begins between Republicans and Democrats.
Well, that's true, and that is the root of the problem. And look, I think it's important to note that we're not talking about oral contraceptives here.
Right.
I've dispensed millions of birth control pills in my career, and that's not what we're talking about. And also, it's not a situation where you're not going to be able to get medications that you need, arthritis medications, ulcer medications. No,
Right.
You'll still be able to get those. But when I was practicing pharmacy, if I got a prescription for one pill of Cytotec, I knew what it was going to be used for. I knew it was going to be used for an abortion, and I refused to dispense it. I wasn't going to do that. I also passed legislation as a member of the Georgia State Senate that would prohibit companies from firing a pharmacist if they refuse to fill a prescription for an abortion.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and we're going to have to dig more into that. Buddy Carter, we appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you for having good moral character.
Thank you.